I'm Instructor Thompson, my self-defense studio, and this is episode 3 of our lineage. This episode, we're going back to Vision Quest KENPO Karate in the 90s. You'll notice, if you watched episode 2 on Mountain States KENPO, this was largely the same time frame. I did them as 2 separate videos as they were 2 separate schools. Now, Mountain States KENPO was originally Mr. Robert Austin's school, and Vision Quest KENPO was originally Mr. Christopher Span's school. And while I was training there in the 90s with my father, those were the head instructors, although both of these instructors have now passed the reins down to their schools and other instructors who are running them. This time frame, while it's all largely the same, is pre-Web 2. This is Web 1 era, and camcorders existed, but I was not able to find any footage of this time. However, we have a whole lot of pictures that I'm very excited to be able to share with you today. I'm Instructor Thompson, my self-defense studio, and I hope you enjoy. Between 1994 and the year 2000, we were with Vision Quest KENPO Karate. And this is the pictures between 94 and 97, I believe, as I am still looking for the photos from 98 and 99. Between being a youth white belt, and I believe this series ends at when I was a youth green, this school was an excellent in several ways, but one of my favorite things is that we had several different programs, as you can see here in a white kimono, and then here pictured in a black and white kimono. The change in the kimono is that one of the programs was called Black Belt Club, and Black Belt Club is a tradition that I will be continuing with my self-defense studio. It is essentially a monthly seminar where students get to practice brown belt and black belt techniques, and it is excellent in that the students really get a sense of a taste of things to come, but also a motivation to be able to work on all of the advanced material, just one technique at a time per month. This picture is from Lafayette days and one of several demonstrations we were doing. This was another program that they had called Demo Team, and we would go through and practice all of our forms and techniques in public. And Lafayette Days was a large festival there in Lafayette, Colorado. As we're doing a form here, and Sensei Span there directly behind me. The experience there, and I will never forget that when we would go do Demo Team and all of the demonstrations, Mr. Span would always gather all of us around and encourage us to go over to the demonstrations from the other karate schools and cheer them on to make sure that they had support. And it was an excellent sense of camaraderie amongst the martial arts community, and I'm very thankful that we had that from a very young age. Putting our belts in the shape of an L and symbolically transferring our knowledge into our new ranks. Going through in each of these, there are several different examples. This one specifically was an in-house tournament that we had done between a few different schools, the Greeley School, as well as, I believe, the Boulder and the Aspen instructor, Mr. Dohan, was at these as well. For each of these, we would have techniques and katas, as well as going through and doing different events with sparring. And one of the other programs that we had was the SWAT team. And while the acronym stood for Special Winning Attitude Team, it was a program in which the youth class got to assist in teaching all of the younger generations and younger kids classes. And it was excellent as we were taught how to be martial arts instructors. This is another one of the demonstrations there where Sensei Span, Mr. Thompson Sr., and Ms. Metaloni there. And we would go back and forth between the kids' demonstrations and the adult demonstrations. Here in the in-house tournament, doing one of the katas there for the judges. And here is Mr. Robert Austin from Mountain States KENPO, Mr. Dohan, there as well. They're all watching the sparring tournament. And Mr. Thompson Sr. getting one of his medals from that tournament. So many of these were awesome just to be able to be around and watch how the adults did their training as well. And as many people know, the kids' curriculum is often just a little bit different than the adult curriculum. And growing up and watching all of those things was amazing. I am very thankful, however, that the youth curriculum was still largely the same as the adult curriculum, except that when you got to a youth black belt, you would then become an adult green, and the belts would have that next stage. So you would still be doing all of the American Kenpo techniques, whereas the younger kids classes were often doing some of those, but things like the katas, for example, were a totally different set. You're getting scored by the judges on the kata that I had done there, and going back and forth between all of the different events that we had. There is Sensei Span there doing his staff kata, Lafayette Days, and Mr. Thompson Sr. breaking one of the boards there at the other tournament just outside of the school, located across from the McDonald's. This is the youth class from that tournament, and I am right there to the right of Mr. Robert Austin and Mr. Denning over there off to the left. Mr. Denning runs the Mountain States Kenpo Karate in Greeley today. Here I am shaking his hand after getting a medal for the kata that I had done. This picture here was from Mr. Dohan's seminar, and that was another one of the excellent things that we would always have, is that there would be all of these different seminars that we would go do where we would learn things like advanced techniques as well, but they would often go into principles of motion in Kenpo. And here, Mr. Denning off to the right, Mr. Christopher Span right there, Mr. Dohan there front and center, and Mr. Robert Austin there on the left. I am right there behind Mr. Dohan and Mr. Thompson Sr. You can always find him as he's the tall one in the back, right in front of the Kenpo crest. And that was a brief excerpt of our time at Vision Quest Kenpo in the 90s.